Hello, ladies. Welcome to the second episode of Feminine Joy Affirmations. Today's topic is how to stop wasting your potential. Some of the most creative and talented minds stay stuck for years or even for their whole lives. Maybe you're one of them. If you don't know how to get yourself out of this blank space and do something meaningful with your talents, then this episode is for you. Welcome to the Feminine Joy Affirmations podcast, the aspiring number one affirmations and lifestyle brand for women. I'm your host, Naomi Eloise. I'm an entrepreneur, designer, artist, and lover of a successful yet soft feminine life. As success-driven women, it is so important to have some inspiring and calm moments throughout the day. Moreover, to be intentional and reroute with ourselves, our self-image and environment. Let's have a conversation about our health, well-being, soft life, career, purpose, and femininity. Let's begin. There's one thing that makes me sick to my gut: wasted potential. From a very young age, I knew what I was good at: singing, dancing, acting, drawing, and painting. My room was a crafting studio, fashion runway, and concert stage. Hannah Montana, Justin Bieber, Whitney Houston, Chris Brown, and Alicia Keys took over my mic frequently. My life was great, I tell you. Great until I was 12 years old. Then, unfortunately, things shifted. Many negative life events happened with me and in my family, and I started to be chronically depressed and just living in survival mode. And this, honestly, for years. And it was just one bad incident after another that has happened. And in the first half of this year, my mother sent me to a painting class for adults. I had singing lessons and I sang in two school choirs, and this just helped me to keep my mind off things. And in 2014, I was even part of a modern theater project, which then resulted in my acceptance to the Import Export Collective, the youth theater group of the Schauspiel Köln, which is the state theater of Cologne. So, yeah, it's actually a very big deal. And I was part of that group for 3 years, which is a very long time for theater. And yet, I was working low income jobs, battling anxiety and depression, and was very lonely. I never cherished the talents that God has given me properly, and I always kept them on the down low. For example, I would just, say, okay, yeah, I'm going to sing, but I won't learn an instrument, write songs, and record something. I'm not even telling people about my voice. Or I would be like, I'm now a member of the Import Export Collective, so let me create content, create a set card, apply to more projects in the industry, and take this as a serious opportunity to build a career. I never thought like this, and I always made sure that I stayed stuck or let my not nice life circumstances dictate my life. Does this resonate with you? Are you still at this stage? What could be the cause and what can we do about it? Here are four possible causes. First, the fear of being seen. Second, the fear of failure and success. Third, an unsupportive and small-minded environment. And fourth, bad circumstances or living in survival mode. And the first point, the fear of being seen, is one of my biggest fears, or actually was one of my biggest fears, because being seen can mean backlash, loss of friendships, hatred, false accusations, destiny swapping, and people who will try to discourage you and lead you on a different path. And trust me, oh my goodness, I ran through all of these stages when I started my branding and content creation company. I tell you, it was a crazy show. I wouldn't want to go through that again, but at the same time, I'm grateful because God will expose through that which environment and people are meant for you and your life. Everything will be exposed, even your own glitches. You might be too trusting, too people pleasing, and too soft. And I'm very sorry to say that, but you need to eliminate those traits when it comes to business or your career. Honestly. Yes, frankly, being seen can be very scary, and that's actually a legitimate fear. But it can also be very heartwarming. Your real friends and supporters are going to be exposed too. You will find support and encouragement from total strangers. Imagine. And the best part is when you're being seen executing your talents and gifts, there's no denying of them. You yourself will come to believe in yourself because you've got the proof now. You're starting to build something meaningful for you and the people around you. So, the second point, the fear of failure and success kick in. You heard right, I said fear of success, which in my opinion is actually the bigger devil. Thoughts like, what if you're successful? What if people like what they see and have proposals for me? What if I get an order and then have to deliver? What if I got no other option than to level up? Do I have to be professional now? Oh my goodness, these thoughts, they haunted me. And the answer is yes, you will have to level up. Yes, you will always have to overcome your comfort zone every single day until it's normal for you. You will have to grow constantly, and there's no way around it. I honestly still cringe and pressure myself a lot when I get a new proposal, and I think that this might never go away because I am a perfectionist at heart. And I hate it, but at the same time, I would say that I'd rather feel that cringe, stretch, and pressure in alignment with my purpose than feeling negative feelings when I'm wasting my potential and staying in that dark space that I was in for years. So 100% any day, anytime, I would choose that kind of discomfort. Yes. And about the fear of failure, it's honestly just the fear of embarrassing yourself. And guess what? You're already embarrassing yourself when you waste your potential. Because the thing is that many people around you already have clocked your potential and they are either glad, sad, or uncomfortable about you not getting up and using your talents. Think about it. There's a lot to unpack in this point. Which brings me to my next point. Third, you might have an unsupportive or small minded environment. The unsupporters are the ones that would go out of their way to not support you. They see your work, your content, but it would kill them to like or comment. They can't even bring it up or say some positive words when they see you face to face. And sometimes it's meant to discourage you, and sometimes it's just their own battle that they have to fight within. So be gracious. Anyways, the conclusion for you is don't expect anything from them. Just move on. Distance yourself if you realize it's affecting your courage and drive. And if you're surrounded by small minded people, don't share your work, dreams, visions, and talents with them. Simple. There's no one except God who you owe an explanation to. No one. And many who think small or don't understand don't even have ill intent for you. They just gave up on their own dreams or never had any big dreams before. And that's okay. That's their battle to fight. And your only job is to remove yourself from these people or to not share information that is important to you. After that, you can find a community that is filled with cheerleaders, supporters, and huge-minded people. Here are some practical tips. On Facebook and social media, there are a lot of groups that serve for encouragement and inspiration. You can find them under tags like Entrepreneur Club, Young Artists, Theater Community, etc. Just type in your niche and don't be afraid to evaluate what group and community works best for you. I myself am in two major groups like the ARTSHOP community and the Restart platform. And it really helps. Like, honestly, I get access to so many events, so many opportunities, so much help, perfect networking. It's just great. For example, I asked in the Afro community if there's someone who can create candles, and if that person does it professional wise or just as a hobby, that's no matter. But if there's the possibility to just collaborate, because I want to add candles to the Feminine Joy Affirmations shop. And guess what? Somebody who's in my area, 10 minutes away from me, said yes. And their vision, their company aligns exactly with the values of my company. Isn't that crazy? This is what you can get if you're in a nice community group. And then there are also definitely networking events that happen in your area, or exhibitions or workshops where you can find same minded people. The opportunities are actually very large numbers, especially in this day and age. And if you're not ready to meet people, just curate your Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube For You page wisely. Fill your mind with content that inspires you and encourages you. That's actually your obligation. And the beauty in this process is that you will find the place you belong, the people you belong to, your tribe. The more you become the person you are meant to be, the more you will find your tribe, or they will find you. Believe me, you will be a magnet for people who might even be ahead of you, and you will receive opportunities you might not yet feel ready for, but which are meant for you. And that's crazy. I am always mind blown. Have you ever thought about wanting to transition to natural skincare and supplement routine, but didn't find a brand that was aesthetically pleasing, easy to use, or smelling good? I definitely have. That's why I was so happy to have found Ringana, an Austrian brand that produces organic, fresh skincare and supplements since almost 30 years. So they know what they are producing. My skincare routine is now quick and easy, but yet I know that my skin gets the cleanest and non-toxic care, and so does my body. The results definitely speak for themselves. And you now have the chance to test the products with €20 off on your first order with the code NaomiP20. NOIMIP20. All capitals on www.naomipril.ringana.com. I repeat, NaomiP20 on www.naomiprill.ringana.com. Your one-stop shop for all things fresh and organic. Now, the fourth possible reason of why you're still wasting your potential is your bad life circumstances, or you always living in survival mode. Bad mental health, a minimum wage job that sucks the life out of you, too high living expenses, a boyfriend or family that's behavior is abusive towards you, a chaotic home, or even homelessness are all bad life circumstances I had to overcome. Of course, you then don't have time and energy to pursue your dreams. Like, how? You're living in constant survival mode. And getting dealt bad cards in life is most of the time not your fault. But choosing to stay in these circumstances and staying bound by them, that unfortunately is your fault. It's your responsibility to get out of that mess. Because honestly, and this pains me to say this, nobody cares and nobody will come to save you. Believe me, I had to learn this the hard way. No matter how young or old you are, no one cares and nobody will come to save you. That's the harsh reality of this planet. So here are some possible solutions to help you to get up. Like, you got a minimum wage job that sucks the life out of you. Find a job that is mentally and physically not draining for you. For example, jobs at boutiques, small bars, as security or hostess. You have bad mental health? Minimize your stress levels and go to therapy. You have too high living expenses? Move into a home that meets your needs yet is small and affordable. Like, even though I could afford more, I live in a beautiful 40 square meter single apartment. I mean, I live alone, don't have any kids, and I'm building my legacy right now. So why would I waste my money on more space? Abusive relationships? Cut them off. I tell you, never be manipulated with the, oh, you need to forgive propaganda. I could go on a full rant over this topic. Yes, forgive, but forgiveness doesn't mean that you should stay put in a position of constant abuse. Homelessness? Don't be too proud to get help and rely on God. I'm telling you, the way He came through for me is a testimony. A testimony. But for another time. It's just time to take ownership of your life, change the things that are holding you back from living out your potential. Like, stop wasting your potential and unleash your creativity and ideas. I'm telling you, you actually don't have any more time now, but once you start it, you will have a lot of time. Once you start it, a whole domino effect begins, and there's no other way than to thrive. A constant step after another brings constant fulfillment. Constant fulfillment brings constant motivation, and constant motivation brings the constant expanding of your potential. Be your biggest cheerleader. You got this. Repeat after me. I will stop wasting my potential. I will stop wasting my potential. I will stop wasting my potential. So that's it for today. That was the affirmation of the day. What will you choose? Wasting your potential or living in your purpose? Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this episode was helpful and encouraging for you. Head over to www.femininejoyaffirmations.com to read my blog article on how to design your life under the segment Career and Purpose. There you can also purchase my art, crew necks, shirts, Ringana skincare and supplements, and find much more on www.femininejoyaffirmations.com. FEMINENJOYAFFIRMATIONS.com. And on TikTok and Instagram, you can find short form affirmation videos and behind the scenes content. Check it out at femininejoyaffirmations.com. That's it. Until next time, same place. See ya!